What have you been up to, Eric?
Oh, we're gonna badge the car. A lot of people have been commenting and complaining that we don't have badges on the car.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna do the Abstract Ocean Tesla right there, and actually we have these too, so we can label it Performance, Dual Motor, Model 3. And the plus sign.
Oh, just like the old Model S and Model X badges.
Exactly, which I much prefer over the dual motor underline.
Yeah, because so for those of people who don't know, we got when you picked up the car, they didn't have the badges ready yet, and they never. They're giving them to some people, and actually on new deliveries they have them, but they haven't given it to yours yet or to my mom's. So
no, so I'm still missing this right here, which is fine with me. I wasn't gonna install it anyway. But I am still missing the spoiler, which
because of the performance. Yeah, because it's a performance.
Would be fun. We have some other spoiler updates coming in the future, but it would be kind of nice to see how that looks on a white car. But at least today, we'll be able to finally badge it. So one of the reasons I didn't badge it right away is because when I got this car done at Colorado Detail, he actually ceramic coated over the whole thing, which is what I wanted, but I didn't think about it right away, and when you ceramic coat over a car, it makes it so it's hydrophobic. Nothing really sticks. But that includes these also. So I had to give it a month or two so that it can kind of dull out a little bit. But we'll also clean it with some alcohol, and that way these should stick just fine at this point. But that is one thing to keep in mind because I totally spaced it when I was doing this. Otherwise, I could have put these on and he could have ceramic coated over everything. So that was definitely on me. But it's about time we can go ahead and get this all badged up.
The car looks a lot cleaner. I know it was kind of dirty the other day because we've had a lot of snow this past month. I mean, it's like every week we've had a big snowstorm, and as soon as you wash your car, you have to drive through the dirt and muck and everything again the next day. But yeah, it looks much better.
And we heard all the comments in the video. It's a driven car though, so it's gonna get dirty, but we got it all cleaned up.
It gets clean every week. It just gets dirty every week too.
The one nice thing though about cleaning this is because I did get it ceramic coated, everything cleans up so easily, including all the glass. The glass looks brand new, even though the other day you could hardly see through some of them.
So it looks nice and clean, but it looks like you're still prepping the rear surface with something?
Yeah, so we're actually going to use isopropyl alcohol. I'd recommend anyone installing any kind of badges, wipe your surface down with this first, just to make sure you don't have any soap scum or anything. You really want to make sure these adhere to as clean of a surface as possible, and alcohol will clean everything right up. So we're just going to put a little bit on this rag, kind of wipe along here, where we're going to be installing the TESLNA, and then right here, where will we be installing the Performance Model 3 Plus package. Try not to install these when it's very, very cold outside because the adhesive won't really take as well. So what I actually did today is sat the car out in the sun, let it bake a little bit. It's not necessarily warm to the touch, but it's not cold. You don't want to stick it onto a cold car. And actually that's another reason why a lot of colder climates haven't gotten their spoiler yet, because Tesla actually was installing the spoilers and they weren't sticking that well because it's been so cold lately. So just keep that in mind whenever you're sticking anything in the car. Clean it really well and make sure it's not too cold. So we already installed one of these actually on our friend Greg's car, the matte black one. So we'll kind of go over it briefly. I'll link that video up in the iCard though. Check it out. Put it on here, kind of see where you want it. I tend to go about 1/4 of an inch above this crease. Okay, so now that we have all that backing peeled off, you're going to want to start with your S and just kind of line it up. I'm actually using my plate here to kind of center it. You can also put a little line on the car, that works too. And then I'm just going to wrap these around. Lightly tack them in. And then I'll work on this side. So like I said, I'm kind of going about 1/4 of an inch up from this little lip. So we're just going to kind of go, make sure I'm happy with everything, and I am. So then leave this tape on there and then just push, push, push. I really am a huge fan of this because this is actually how Franz had his original car that we saw. But he had very, very similar letters, and I absolutely loved them. So I was kind of disappointed when the cars didn't come with like that, because I'd much rather this than like the logo. I understand why they went with the logo. It's a little bit more minimal. So then just carefully peel this off. They shouldn't be stuck to this tape at all at this point. You just want to be careful and make sure if they are, you don't take everything off. Okay, so now that we got that like we want it, we're going to go ahead and use some just painter's masking tape. Anything like that will do. We just want to kind of position where we're going to want these. There's no line like Model S, so I just kind of wing it. Kind of think like right there would look really good. You can use a level if you so desire to make sure it's level. So we're going to lay it out with the P, the 3, the D, then the plus. So I'm actually just going to do it on here. You can also lay it on a table and then how you want it spaced, then put a piece of tape over it.
Kind of like what you did with, or how
exactly,
that came.
Exactly like how that came. And then flip it over, peel the tape, and then stick it where you want it. It's really up to you. I feel comfortable enough. I guess we'll see how good of a job I do doing it this way. So we'll go ahead and just start by peeling all this little tape off. Just 3M tape here. And you want to be careful because if you put too much pressure when you stick it down, it's gonna stick. So you want to just put it very gently where you think you want it.
I guess you could try it without taking the tape off first. And
not a bad idea. We live on the edge here.
And so yours is P3D plus because you have the full performance edition.
Yep. And I mean, you can do this however you want. If you wanted to put P3D, you could leave it at that by all means. I'm just going full in.
Well, I saw they got those other ones too that say like Model 3 Performance that you maybe put over on this side.
Exactly. They have all kinds of cool badges, so definitely like check them out if you're interested in badging your car. They have these numbers too. You can do them on like Model S, Model X, like everything. Once you are happy with where they are, simple. Just push them on and they will do the rest. If you ever do want to take them off though, they are pretty easy to take off. Just make sure, once again, that everything is kind of heated up. Just makes life a lot easier, and you can actually use some dental floss or some fishing line to take them off, or you could probably even just simply use a plastic pry bar. So, ready? Ta-da! So there is the fully badged Performance Model 3 all-wheel drive with the Performance Plus package. Wow. Everything's linked down below, and they have different varieties you can mix and match. You can really kind of have fun with it and really make it however you want. So these letters right here, Abstract Ocean actually does sell them in chrome, matte black, and a satin red. I was very close with the satin red, but I went ahead and went with the matte black, which I'm a huge fan of. But yeah, definitely a cool buy. Super happy with mine. But as always, huge thanks to Abstract Ocean, who actually makes these, for sponsoring the channel. If you guys are looking to accessorize your Model 3S or Model X, they sell accessories for all of them. Definitely check out their website and use code TESLAINVENTORY, all one word, at checkout, and you can get 15% off your first order. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Should I have gone with the satin red Tesla letters? I'm almost thinking maybe I should have, but I'm a huge fan of matte black. So I think we'll just go ahead and stick with this. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys prefer. As always though, thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Go and click here to subscribe here for some other ones. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.